What's up guys, MSD here, back with another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. Today is yet another GrandMaster solo, adding yet another champion to the GrandMaster solo or one-shot series, whatever you'd like to call it, and that is Labyrinth Ultron. Labyrinth Ultron was a champion that I came very close to soloing the GrandMaster with. On my first ever attempt, I got him down to 1%, but at the last second, he clipped me in the intercept phase, and unfortunately, that was my demise. But Labyrinth Ultron, he doesn't take that crap, and he wants revenge. So this is a solo of the Grandmaster with Labyrinth of Legends Ultron, a very overlooked character in this game. He is a decent champion in, the grand scheme of things, not really that profound in any regard, but he is solid. He's got some decent damage with the Fury. He's got offensive ability accuracy reduction with the armor, decent crit rate, and he's got double immunity. So he's not just another trophy champion, even though he is the Labyrinth of Legends trophy champion. He's not just a trophy champion, guys. He's alright. And soloing the Grandmaster with him, I hope that gives a little love to the Labyrinth Ultron fans out there, the Labtron fans, as I have heard many call him or refer to him as. But we're in the second phase now. We got an extra 3% off from the first phase because the heavy crit when he was at 82%, and the heavy dealt 5k, or 5%, excuse me, of his health. Therefore, it transferred over into the second phase and caused him to lose 3% in phase 2. We complete the first special 1 minigame and whiff an attack, as the Grandmaster instructed us to do. The inflicted DOT mission is next, so I have to perform that well. I get a lead in right there and get that DOT mission done very quickly. Complete yet another special 1 minigame, and now I have to land a critical hit, which Ultron does very fast. Ultron's base stats are actually not bad. He has a decent crit rate, I believe it's 23%, okay crit damage rating, and not too bad block proficiency. So tanking some blocked hits with this man isn't the worst thing in the world. But there was the first wounded phase, got him down 12% there. That extra 3% from phase 1 really did help just to alleviate some of the stress of the minuscule chip numbers that could be the weighing factor of pushing him out of this phase. So it definitely helped alleviate that strain on my mind. But we have inflicted DOT next. We land the intercept perfectly. We need him to throw this special 1. I cannot attack him with a lead, but unfortunately I'm not able to complete that mission, and I gain 1 token of blunder. But that's fine. I can get 3 more tokens of blunder in this phase without having to worry about anything, because Labtron meets all the criteria of this fight, and then some, because he is very tanky with those armors. So he is sustainable at his base with his block proficiency, but the armor ups, especially towards the lower half of the fight, really do help him in terms of tanking some hits, being able to take blocked hits without worrying too much about the residual damage received. So there was another wounded phase. We didn't get him down as far as I'd like to. I believe that only brought him down, what was it? Let's see. He went from 65 to, yeah, that was only, that wasn't a lot of damage there. And to top that all off, I get hit right there. So there goes a lot of health. There goes, what was that? 20%, 25% of my health right there in just that one combo. So that was a little unfortunate. But we are pushing through. I don't give up. You have to stay resilient in these matchups, especially in this fight. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You really have to, learn the Grandmaster, learn how the AI is playing in this matchup. If he's a little more aggressive, if he's more passive, if he's kind of acting all funky, or kind of a mix of all three. He could be passive. He could be aggressive. He could be funky. Could be all sorts. in that phase. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that we only brought him down 8% in that one wounded bout. I'm sorry, 7% in that one wounded bout. Um, Kind of disappointing. But right there, we get him down from 57 to 42, so that's a nice 15% yield right there. So we need at least one more wounded phase to push him out of phase 2 and on to phase 3, which is called Zugzwang. And I don't know if I've talked about this in any of my Grandmaster solo videos, but Zugzwang is a term in chess that basically means any move your opponent makes will put them in a distinct disadvantage. So I thought that was very cool and very appropriate for this fight, as the Grandmaster is the ultimate gamesman, and a Grandmaster could be referred to as a person who is a master of chess. So I think it was a very appropriate term, and I believe I talked about this in one of my past solos, but yeah, I really like bringing it up. I think it's a really cool fact, and I can't get over how cool that is and how unique that is for this phase, because this truly is the hardest phase of the Grandmaster fight. It truly means, it lives up to the name. Any one mistake puts you in a grave disadvantage. So you really have to be on your toes in this phase. Can't really mess around, and you have to be prepared for anything, like perform 3 well-timed blocks. My favorite mission, as you all know so well, just destroys the spacing of the fight. I absolutely despise that mission, and I don't like it. But he challenges knock me down, so I perform that mission with my special 2. Luckily, I did not push myself to a special 3, which would have been bad. It would have taken off time from this solo, and I really wouldn't have liked wasting a special 3 on just a simple knock me down mission. But he challenges strike my block, and I really need him to throw the special 1, and he does right before the inverted starts to kick in. So I attack into him, and I go for an intercept, or no, I'm sorry, I go for a special 2, and of course I go for the special 2, and then he challenges knockdown, so that's a little unfortunate, but I digress. I'm able to get some light attack intercepts with the inverted controls, and I push him into the wounded phase during inverted controls. Get him down 8% there, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but in phase 3 it's not bad. But usually in phase 3 you want to aim for anything above 10% per wounded. That means you're going to have to do at least 3 wounded phases to get the Grandmaster to his final stage. But sometimes you can get lucky with crits, sometimes you can't, and you can get them down to 2%, and then you have to do the entire phase over again. So you could really get shafted, or you could get super lucky and get them down in 1 or 2 wounded phases. But 1 is that would be pretty crazy. All your hits would have to be critical, and you would just have to have a character that can spam multiple heavy attacks in the corner without really any delay. But that's not Labtron. He challenges strike your block again, the 5 variant this time, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't understand why we need to do full combo in his block, but yet again, my favorite mission for the Grandmaster: perform 3 well-timed blocks. Yay. But it's alright, because I got him down to 9% here. Very lucky on the crits from the heavy attacks, and I get to throw off a special 3, which is almost a guaranteed 5%. In some cases it is, in some cases it isn't. In that instance, it was a guaranteed 5% from 9 to 5, and now I'm inverted, so I need to bait that special 1. He throws it, which is perfect, so I'm able to realize I'm inverted and be able to go ham. So the inverted ends, and then he throws the special 1, exactly what I needed him to do. The challenge stands still, so I intend on finishing that challenge. So get that done. We just need him to throw a few more special ones. Doesn't really matter because he's at 4%, so just a full combo will end his day. Just need some easy missions to complete, and I'm just hoping I don't get perform well time blocks, because that would really kind of ruin my day a little bit. That would suck. But we get Knock Me Down, and I think all is great, but then gets to a special 2. But Labtron, he has that armor, and he tanks that special 2 like a trooper. He does it for the fam. And then finally, it's perfect block, or perform well-timed blocks. It was only 2 this time, but it's completely fine because the heavy crits, and we are in the 1% phase. I dash back just to get a handle on the spacing of the fight, and I continue on with my fake out of the GrandMaster, doing the triple light and then medium light. Gotta fake him out so he doesn't know what's coming, so he cannot retaliate, but I'm not exactly sure if the fake out is even, if it even works. But there we go. That is a Labyrinth Ultron solo of the Grandmaster. Definitely one of the more fun solos that I've done. He is such a unique champion, and I hope he gets a little more love. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace.